Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, like always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rahaha Kudash. Double honors to our apostles, our elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well on sound doctrine. Peace, love, and salutation to Yakim out there doing the work with truth and sincerity. It's the brothers of Raya Allah down here at the GMS Virginia camp, back with another lesson through the spirit power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And this lesson is pretty much going into, okay, if you've been slipping, okay, in the spirit, whether it be reading, doing lessons, fasting, praying, wherever the case may be, now is the time to get out of that spirit, man. Okay, that lackadaisical spirit, or that slipping spirit. Because we're in the year, or we're in the times to where we need to be turning up in the spirit. Okay, we can't be, dragging our feet when it comes to serving the Lord. And the reason being, I get the inspiration to do this lesson. I was watching the apostles live. He's going into how we should be doing a lesson daily. You know, we we want salvation, right? And we say that we believe upon the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai, but if we don't have works with our faith, then our faith is dead, and vice versa. So this is, very important that we need to do the things, spiritual things, okay, sowing onto the spirit, okay, to receive salvation and to show your faith to the Lord, man. You ain't proving the men beside you, you proving yourself to the Lord, man. Okay. David asked the Lord to King David, I should say, Salaki, King David, he asked the Lord, hey, to try my heart, try my reins. Meaning, hey, see if I truly have integrity. So the Lord is going to send certain spirits at you, going to send, certain people around you to test your faith, to see if you're going to allow these certain things to sift you out of this thing, or to knock off your focus, or if you're going to be disciplined, rooted, grounded in the faith, and allow those things to not deteriorate you from serving the Lord and doing the daily things that you need to do, okay, to fight this battle, or to go within this walk. Because when you read Sirach, the second chapter, it says, when thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy heart and mind for temptation. You're going to be tempted, okay? Apostles love to go into the word experience, meaning to try out. The Lord has to try you out, man. You have to be vetted, man. And the only way you be vetted is if you being tempted. You being put through these certain experiences to see how how far are you willing to go, okay, to make it on that chariot, man. And ultimately, I want to bring out these two precepts because it's what came to mind of, the spirit that you want to be in and what you don't want to be in. So this is Luke chapter 19 and verse 12. It says, he said, therefore, a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. Right. So you have to remember, the Lord said, hey, I go and prepare a place unto you. In my father's house, there are many mansions. So the Lord is going out, okay, preparing, the kingdom, okay, or those Galilee, whatever the Lord got set in place for us, okay, for the elect, for the 144,000, because they're going to get the best of the best. The Lord is going to prepare that for us, right? So it says, verse 13, he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. Now, what does that mean? Meaning that you're supposed to be exerting yourself, okay, in the spirit. Okay, you're supposed to be conducting yourself in spiritual things. Okay, gathering with brothers, doing sit downs. Okay, going to camp, reading, studying, taking notes. Okay, going on fasts. All right, practicing. Okay, what you're preaching. Right, practicing discipline, things outside of this thing, whether that be with your diet, exercising, right? Okay, working on your attitude if you have that. Okay, working on certain vices, or working in moderation of certain things that you know are not good for your spirit, that can deteriorate you from serving the Lord, that can pull you away, basically members, if you will, right? So it says, occupy till I come. It said, but his citizens hated him and sent a message after him saying, we will not have this man reign over us, right? And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, and he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. Yeah, so the Lord is going to examine each man that he gave those pounds to, or that talent. He going to see who been putting to work and who hasn't, right? So it says, then came the first saying, Lord, that pound have gained 10 pounds, right? So each man was given a pound. Hey, he said this one had gained him 10 pounds, meaning that gain interest. Meaning, let's say, for instance, the Lord gave you a talent. Let's say you good in the Hebrew. Okay, how much Hebrew have you learned, or how much have you been helping other brothers learning that Hebrew, or how much teachings or videos have you done concerning the Hebrew, concerning the gift that you have been given? Okay, are you actually using that gift? Right. Same thing with exhortation, or let's say you might be good with history or breakdowns. You're using your talent, okay, the best way that you can, right? So it's or prayers, throwing up prayer lessons, right? There's many various different things that you can do, or alms. Are you being real charitable, right? Many various different examples, right? So it says, verse 17, and he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities, right? So that was the reward, okay? 10 different cities, or 10 different galaxies, whatever the Lord sees fit for you, he's going to reward you, right? And the second one came saying, Lord, thy pound has gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, be thou over 5 cities, right? And another king saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound which I have kept laid up in a napkin. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man, thou takest up thy latest not down, and repeatest thou didst not so. So right, this will be an example of a servant that hated the Lord, right? Because if you really love the Lord, you're gonna do the things that He commanded you to do, not hiding your gift, okay, under a napkin, man. You gonna use the things that have you're gonna use the tools that have been given unto you. The Lord has set up evangelists, prophets, teachers, and so on and so forth. For what? For the perfecting of the saints. So you're perfecting your craft, okay, by watching these teachers, by seeing how they conduct themselves, watching how they go into certain words and videos, and so on and so forth, how they go into the history. You're learning that so you can add that in your arsenal. So when you go into the battlefield, okay, meaning on the highways and byways, or when you go and do your lessons, you're fairly equipped, okay? You know how to use your sword, right? You know how to go into these scriptures, right? But if you don't, then what, man? Hey, the spirit is not going to come out. You're not going to have the fountains of living water to do these lessons. You're going to be slipping and whatever the case may be. Okay, and that's showing that the Lord is starting to take that gift away from you, man. You're going to be kicked out, if you will, right? So it says, verse 21, for I fear thee, because thou art an austere man, that thou takest up that thou laidest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. So basically, you say, oh, well, hey, Lord, you didn't do anything, so why should I? Right? You and damn, I'm trying to think, Salakia, or basically you're making an excuse for yourself, okay, or excuse to the Lord why you didn't do the work. You know, it ain't no excuse, man. You got all the time in the world, like the apostles going into. Yeah, you may work 10 hours, sleep 8, whatever the case may be. That's 18 hours, 24 hours in a day. You still got another 8 to 9 hours to at least throw up a 20-minute, 15-minute video, or study, whatever you need to do. There's always, you have to make time for the Lord, man. That's vital. Make time for the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, every day that mindset should be, how much time should I give to the Lord? Okay, and if you ain't give enough time, pray over it that you give more the next day, and so on and so, because we're gonna have days where you fall, but at the end of the day, you should be giving time to the Lord, man. Right? So it says, verse 22, and he said unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taken up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my own coming might have required my own with usury. So basically, the Lord saying, look, man, this talent I gave you, you ain't even use it and do nothing when you just hid it. Meaning, I could have put this into someone else, or I could have used it for myself, and I would have got something out of it. But you decided to be wicked and not use your talent, right? So it says, verse 24, and he said it to them that stood by, take from him the pound and give it to him that have 10 pounds. Right. So the Lord gonna add it to someone who actually been doing it, gonna give them more of an increase. Right. And he said unto him, Lord, he have 10 pounds. For I say unto you that unto every one which have shall be given, and from him that have not, even to that he shall be taken away from him. Yeah, so with that being said, hey, the ones who are actually doing the things they need, the Lord going to constantly increase them and give them more, right? That's how you excel in the spirit. You don't want to be stagnant, or basically on the same level. You constantly want to increase. You constantly want to grow in this thing, man. You know, you don't want to be the same man that you were a year ago or last week. You want to get better and better every single day, because it's like a sport, right? Or it's a profession, if you will. When you look at these basketball players, or NFL players or wrestlers or UFC fighters, they're constantly learning techniques. They're constantly learning, different moves or exercises to what? To become a complete fighter or an elite basketball player, elite football player. They're doing these things to better themselves to what? To get rings, to get championships, okay, to receive awards. All those, we're doing the same thing within this truth, man, because we want to acquire spiritual power. We want to acquire land, inheritance, and things of that nature. Okay, we're doing it for the uncorruptible crown, right? Or Salakia, incorruptible, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, uncorruptible, meaning it's not corrupt, Salakia. But yeah. So it says verse 27, but those my enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. Yeah, so you not doing the work, you not being obedient to the Lord and doing the things that He command you. Basically, that's a slap in the Lord's face, saying, "Hey man, I ain't serving you. Yeah, I know the truth, this and that, third, but hey, okay." You don't want to be in that spirit. You want to be in the spirit. Okay, I know the truth. I know I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I know the things that I need to do, so I need to do them. Okay, before it's too late. Because if you don't, the Lord gonna put all these niggas to death, man. The ones who ain't sincere, the ones who ain't, on fire for the Lord, the ones who are leading our people to astray. Everybody's gonna receive a judgment, okay, or a reward, I should say, whether it be good or bad, man. Now I want to go to the next precept. This is First Timothy chapter 4 and verse. I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, "This is a faithful saying and worthy of all acceptance. For therefore we both labor and suffer reproach, because what? Because we trust in the living power, who is the Savior of all men, especially of those that believe." Right, all men pertaining to the Israelites. Right. So it says that's why we do the work, man, and we suffer and reproach. Well, hey, because we believe. Right. If you believe, you're gonna have works. Okay. Faith, like I said, faith without works is dead. Right. And it says, verse 11, "These things commanded and teach." These things command and teach, okay? Meaning that you're not supposed to be hearers of the word only. You're supposed to be hearers and doers of the word, man. Practicing what you preach, okay? When you learn a new scriptures, hey, you apply it, okay? I forget. The brother told me. He said, read, study, read, and apply. If I'm not mistaken. So basically, read, repeat, read, apply, and repeat, right? The three R's. No, Salaki, RAR, if I'm not mistaken. Salaki, I'm a little bit everywhere. But basically, when you read these scriptures, right, you want to you want to constantly read them over. You want to apply it to your life and repeat the whole thing, man. You want to constantly add it to your day-to-day life so you can get better and grow in the spirit, man. Right? So it says, "Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of believers in word, conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity." Right. So, hey, it don't matter the age you are, whatever the case is, because it could be a man in this truth that may be younger than you. Okay, but he's older than you in the spirit. But look how he's conducting himself. You can learn a lot from each other, man. Okay, whether he be older or younger than you, man. Right. But it says what? Be thou an example. So it don't matter how old you are. Be an example, man. Okay, and that prime example is Yahweh Shai. So if he's conducting himself in a manner of Yahweh Shai, hey, man, and you're not, okay, you're following, not to say you trying to, compare yourself or be envious or anything like that, but you look at certain brothers, you're like, okay, this brother always reading and study. Okay, this brother always praying and fasting. Okay, this brother always going into this. Okay, what can I do so I can add that? Okay, you get around that brother, right? You start to learn, different things and take it on and you put it into your craft. Same thing how these basketball players and football players, they watch film, other teams, and they see how this person do a certain type of cut or the way that he catch the ball or a certain way that he shoot the ball, certain different mechanics to sharpen their game. So we do that in a like manner to sharpen our sword, man. We see how our brother may go into certain words or like to use a certain different type of translation, okay, to bring out a certain point. Those are the things that you add to your arsenal to better yourself in this truth, right? And it says, verse 13, "Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, and to doctrine," right? The true doctrine, right? Give attendance, mean you're supposed to be attentive vigorously. You're constantly in this thing, and yeah, we're not in the spirit 24/7, but for majority of the time, hey man, we listen to lessons, okay, and sharing lessons, speaking about the things, concerning within our chats, okay, going doing the homeworks that's been given to you, all these different things, right? We're being attentive to the word, right? And it says verse 14, neglect, right? Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy with the laying of the hands of presbytery, right? So with that being said, if you have been given a talent or a gift, hey, don't neglect it, man. Don't put it under the napkin. Use that gift, okay? The best way that you know how, man. And pray to the Lord that he open new doors or avenues to use that gift in a better way, right? And it says, verse 15, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Yeah, because you want to profit out of this, man. Okay, you don't want to be that one that don't receive the 5 cities or the 10 cities, right? You want something out of this, man. Okay, you doing it because you believe. Okay, same thing when you working hard at Esau job. Hey, you want a promotion, you want to get more pay, you want to acquire a better car, a better house. You do all those things for Esau. How much more for the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man? Right? And it says, verse 16, this is the main point, right? Take heed to thyself unto thyself, right? Meaning what? You supposed to be watching out for your habits. Okay, you want to be watching out for the good and the bad. Okay, what did I do this week? Okay, that wasn't as good as last week. Okay, what can I do to make sure I set myself up this week to do better than I did last week? That's taking heed unto yourself. Okay, or what did I do yesterday that I didn't do, today, or vice versa? Okay, what can I do more? You always want to think about how much more work you can put in for the Lord, because you don't know what's enough. You don't know, okay, if the Lord you don't know. That's why it says, work out thy own salvation with fear and trembling, man. Okay, and another one goes into give diligence to make that calling and election sure. You're supposed to be diligent in your work, man. So it says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. Right, man, because you're gonna have a lot of people coming up, inquiring, asking questions about the Hebrew Israelites, the doctrine, and so on and so forth. And if you're not well equipped in the spirit, how can you guide that man in the right direction or the path of righteousness, man? The Lord has set up men, you know, to do that, man. You better hope that you're one of those men that's doing that, the correct way, man. Teaching the correct doctrine, right? So with that, I didn't want to make it too long, but ultimately, man, hey, stay in the spirit, man. Okay, if you slipping, hey, turn it up. Speaking to myself first and foremost. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rahaha Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well and sound doctrine. Peace, love, and salutation to you, Akim, out there doing the work with truth and sincerity. Until the next time, I want to say Kwame Asharala, Waf Lava Ball, and Shalom.